So it's time for me to bring one of our first celebrities up. And in terms of, the tech industry is very much dominated all over the world by male. And this woman is from Sweden, and it's a magical place where everybody is beautiful and blonde. No joke. It's like Pretoria, but, same. And they call her the app queen. She can get any app or any technology on the top of iTunes. She's transformational. She's featured on the media everywhere in Scandinavia. And she's expanding her empire to the African continent. And she is amazing. And more importantly is, you put 10 guys against her and she'll beat all of them. That's how good she is. They call her a visionary in Sweden. They call her a disruptor. And she doesn't only inspire women, but she inspires a lot of men. And the way she looks at technology is amazing. And I'm so blessed. At first, we didn't know if she'd be able to come, but because she's obviously very busy, and she made it. And I'm excited because this is, again, nothing is impossible. It's kind of been a theme today. And we're about to approach some of our bigger heavy hitters, and she's one of them. So please give a big rock star welcome for Susanne. I don't know how to say the last name. I'm just not going to try. I'll let her say it. It's Swedish, and it's got and I messed it up. So I really, it's like sometimes it just Susanne, Cher, and Erna. You know what I'm saying? So give Susanne from Sweden a big round of applause.
My father could have been a great comedian, but he didn't think that was possible for him. Instead, he got a safe job as an accountant. And when I was 12 years old, he was let go from that safe job. Many great lessons from my father, not the least of which was that you can fail at what you don't want. So you might as well take a chance on doing what you love.
Susanne, everyone.
So much. I started my company 5 years ago when my daughter came home, and she had a really hard time to learn the math table. We were looking at her iPhone, of course, if we could find a really good app for her, and I couldn't find her that app. So I made one for her. I have no skills in developing or no skills in programming, but I know that you can do whatever you want to do. You just have to surround yourself with people that are good at things that you aren't. So I had my programmer in Ukraine, my developer in India, and the art girl in Poland. And we made the Kids Matthew app for my daughter, and several schools back in Sweden are using this app today. 6 months after, I wanted to do something more. So I made 14 more apps in 6 months, and all of this from my kitchen table, and with no skills in programming or no skills in developing. And I think that is the most important thing here. One of my apps went to the first place on App Store. That's quite amazing, I have to say, for myself, if you really not are in the tech business. This is now, yes, it's 4 years ago. After that, I felt like, who can stop me now? So I want to try to do something new. And we were looking through the app businesses and what are we missing here? Something that is money in app business. It's quite hard to earn money from one app. You need to have an app company. So that was what I did. But I also wanted to have a game studio. Because gaming, it's lots of money in gaming today, especially in app games, because I think it has been the same app games on the top 10 for so many years now. And me and my team, we wanted to do something new, of course, and something that everyone, global, all over the world would use. Everyone knows that Pokemon released last summer. We are making a location-based game. It's like Pokemon, but it's a whole different thing. When you are making location-based gaming, it's also gamification and marketing in location-based gaming. So that's a whole new thing that is coming up now. Okay, so what did I do then? I dared to invest in my own entrepreneurship. I was born an entrepreneur. I haven't been it for all my life, but I never really knew what was my thing. Am I a lawyer? Am I a doctor? No. I couldn't really find what was my thing in life. I had to wait for almost 40 years to find that out. But I am an entrepreneur, and today, entrepreneurship, it's like a real job. 20 years ago, it wasn't that, but today, I think it is. Since I dared to take this jump and get into the tech business, I had the luck to be in several magazines in Sweden, and I'm invited to be on many stages in Sweden, talking about entrepreneurship, helping startups. And how come I so lucky so I can be in the magazines and I can be invited to speak? It's because everyone wants to know how it is to start a company in a place where you don't have the skills. I mean, if you want to be a fashion designer and you can't draw, you probably think that I can't draw, so why should I be a fashion designer? Everyone can be whatever they want to. Today, I own and I run 3 successful companies, 1 app company, 1 game studio, and 1 coach company. All of that because I dared to take the jump out, to do something that I thought that I maybe couldn't do. And one more thing that I think is very important with this, you always have to be ahead. You can't stay in the past. You can't be in the present. You always have to be in the future. Because if you are not in the future, everyone else will be ahead of you. You really have to think and learn every day. I have an app company, so of course I Google every day, new apps. I have to think about what's the next big thing. This was my first slide, and this is also my last slide. And this is about getting out of the comfort zone and into the kick-ass zone. Because that's what you need to do every day. Every day when I wake up, I look myself in the mirror and I say, okay, Susanne, this is the day. Maybe I'm tired, I'm sad, or I just feel to stay home. But I get up, I look myself in the mirror and I say, you just have to go out there and kick some asses. Because I'm a female in tech business, and that's quite hard. In Sweden, I'm actually the only founder, the only female founder in tech business. We have CEOs and we have, everyone is employed in the tech, and it can also be females, but we have no founder. And how come it's like that? Thank you. I think when I'm looking at myself, I know that why am I in the tech business? Because I wanted to try something new. I wanted to try something that I think is the next big thing. Everybody knows that you have to be in tech business in some way. And since I didn't know anything about tech business when I started, as I said from the beginning, I had to surround myself with people that had the skills I didn't have. So I always say, when I'm coaching people, that you are not strong alone. Why do I have coaches? Because I don't want to be alone with all my ideas and all my thoughts. The most important thing for me is to have someone that listens to me and that believes in me. And that's also what all of you can do here. I think that all of you, even if you have a successful business, or if you're thinking about getting your startup, everyone can do whatever they want to do. Everyone can wake up every morning and get out of the comfort zone and into the kick-ass zone. All of you in here can do that, because I did it. And sometimes it can be easy to say, I did it, so why can't you do it? But this time it is easy, because I was sitting home with my daughter with no skills at all in the tech business. I came from the restaurant. My father had a restaurant when I was a kid. He had nightclubs. Crazy. I didn't know, as you see, I didn't know anything. But today, 5 years after, I have 3 tech companies. And I think that is true enough that all of you here can do whatever you want to do. Okay? Yes, thank you. That's good. Give yourself an applause. How many in here is about to start a startup? To start a new company? 1? Oh, many. That's good. I'm happy to see that, because the startup businesses is growing all over the world. They told me back there that I shouldn't say when I'm running out of time, but I now can hear myself saying that. Oops, sorry. Okay, so I'm really happy that I was here today, and I'm really happy that you were listening to me. And the last thing I will say is, just go out there and kick some asses. Thank you.